Too Sharp to Fail: How to Own Your Career and Thrive in the Workplace. This is a video book review of this book, Too Sharp to Fail: How to Own Your Career and Thrive in the Workplace. It's by Kiana Wilson. She's the founder of Sharper You. She works with people getting out of college and high school, going into the workplace, into the corporate workplace. I've read this book, and I think it has great value for gifted people. The whole point of this Gifted Essentials library is to bring forward books that you may not think of or may not know could be valuable for you, to help you along your journey as a gifted or twice exceptional person. So I love this book. First of all, the cover feels really yummy, but also because it's readable, it's manageable, it has little talking points in it. It's a book that is easy to digest, is targeted for people who want to own their career, who want to go beyond just having a job, right? Just go get a job, or just go do this, just go do that. Well, Kiana really helps walk somebody into how to be successful in the corporate world, which is quite different than the entrepreneur world or the academic world. So if you're headed into the corporate world, this is the book for you. This book has great gems in it. I highlighted a few things here I want to share with you that I found in the book that I love. One of the things she says is it's your career, you own it. And I see so many people being kind of like victims or bystanders, just kind of floating along and seeing what happens. Well, gifted people, we like to go after something and dive in deep. And that's what Kiana's talking about in the book, is going after it and owning your career and who you are. She also says that a good career, a healthy career, requires conditioning, requires that we work on ourselves and we pay attention and we do the right thing and we have mentors and coaches in our corner and people guiding us through the maze of how to do these things. Now, Kiana is an educator. She's also a coach, and she understands the academia and she understands the success in the corporate world. So she's a great person to have written this book, Too Sharp to Fail. So sometimes really sharp people, or we could say too gifted people, sometimes fail at their bigger career or the thing they want to do, or they don't get to their vision and their dream. Why? Because they're not paying attention. They're not focused. They're all over the place. Or maybe they have the belief that just because they're smart, they don't have to do all that work, which isn't true, right? We know it's not true. So I love that. Another thing she says is that success begins in our own mind, and that we have to pay attention to our environment. And I believe that. I think it begins in our mind. Our success, our dreams, our vision, our desires, it begins in our mindset. How we think, what we think, who we're thinking about, what's going on between our ears. It's so important. Another thing I love about this book is that she gives really good assignments, things to do, things to ponder, things to write about, things to consider. So there's actionable steps in here. There's action items in here that all of us who are gifted love to see. We love to see, like, what do I do with the information? It's one thing to have information. It's another thing to actually apply it. You know, and you always hear that knowledge is power. Well, I say applied knowledge is power. If we're not applying it, what are we doing? Then she has this really cool what if chapter in the back where she's answering questions that you might have about finding a mentor, or what a coach or a mentor really is, or if you want to go into the corporate arena, in the corporate world, like, how does that work? You know, some of the things that she does not cover in the book specifically are things about overexcitabilities, or things about when we're an empath or highly intuitive and our sensory systems are a bit different. So those are some things that you would find your resources from another place. What she does is very practical. It's very real, and it's from a ton of experience. She knows what she's talking about. The other thing that I really love is that this book is very well written and it's very clear. As I read it and went from page to page, chapter to chapter with doing the assignments, I actually did them all. Even though I'm not in the corporate world, I wanted to see what it would feel like to do them. And it really resonated with me. She is really, really helpful for people entering the workplace, getting started, or in the very beginning of a journey. And the other thing I love about this book is she invites you to join her Facebook group and to join the group of the other people reading the book and using these ideas in their own benefit. So, if you're interested in learning about how to really be successful in a corporate situation, this is for people starting out mostly, but if you're in a corporate situation and you're not sure, I'm sure this book can help you. Get Kiana Wilson's book, Too Sharp to Fail. It is a great book and it has great uses. The only thing that I would say for us gifted people is she doesn't directly cover giftedness in the way the language set we necessarily would. However, many of her ideas totally apply to the gifted population if you're heading into the corporate world. So I hope this review has been helpful to you, and look for some more. I'm going to be going through other books that I've been reading and sharing my ideas about them. Now, if there's a book you would like me to read and share my ideas about with you, then put a comment with this video. I will see it, and I will be happy to read that book and do it with you. Until the next episode of the Gifted Essential Library,